Does music affect your typing speed? Now this is the question I'm going to be asking in this video, and I'm going to be breaking it down into two parts. First of all, does playing an instrument such as the violin, piano, flute, guitar, does that affect your typing speed? Does that help improve it? Or does listening to music, so different kinds of music, for example, fast-paced, slow-paced, rap, pop, different kinds of music, which type of music, genre I guess you could say, or the tempo, how does that affect your typing speed? We're going to be answering this in this video. Now, it was kind of an introduction. I was inspired to create this video after I realized that quite a few fast typists played instruments, and primarily the piano. For example, I played the piano, and I have since I was 6 years old, so I've been playing it for like 8 years now, and I'm at, I would say, quite a high level. I've done music history, and I'm taking a grade 9 exam for the Royal Conservatory of Music this upcoming January. Now, I know a couple other typists. The only one I can name right now is Josh, who also plays the piano and is also pretty skilled at it, and I'm sure that if I would spend the time to talk to more people, I would find lots of other pianists who also are fast typists. When I was thinking about how you're typing with your fingers, you're looking at text, right? And you're typing it out on your keyboard. When you're looking at a piano, for example, a musical score, and you're looking at notes, and then you're figuring out like where your fingers can go on the piano to play those notes, like those for me are two very similar things. So I knew that it had an effect to some degree, but I am by no means an expert on this topic, and that's why I'm going to be doing lots of research and going through some articles to try to figure this out myself. I think that the basic, I guess you could say, hypothesis I'm going to be going into this with is that music has a marginal impact on your typing because of how it relates to your brain looking at like a musical score and then being able to play it on a piano, and then like your brain being able to look at different words and then automatically knowing how to type it with muscle memory. So I think that the hypothesis is that if you play the piano, you're generally going to be able to be a bit of a better typist, but I'm going to be finding how much of an effect that has and what exactly that relationship is. Now, as for listening to music, I know like a ton of people do, and this was basically something that I found out while I was researching this topic, that there are like a ton of studies on how like listening to different types of music can impact your typing speed. So we're also going to be answering that question. I know that some people listen to like lo-fi, pop, like all these different types of genres, so we're also going to be figuring that out today. Now, I come across this article that's from Music Practice and Theory website. It says how much being a touch typist can help learning the piano faster. I'm a touch typist and I want to learn piano. Does my touch typing help me learn it faster? I have a good amount of control over my left hand, and my palms are curved as if I hold a small orange. My pinkies, little fingers stay on the keyboard, and all my fingers are not getting far in the air while I'm typing. These attributes help me type piano faster. So this is a question that's asking about whether typing can have an impact on your piano, but it relates either way. So the first answer we consider is, as far as I can see, your only benefit will already be having learned the basics of the technique, which is basically, you know, posture, all that kind of stuff with your fingers. Computer keyboards have an entirely different feel from piano keyboards, all the way from the layout to the movement of the key. Computer keyboards are not touch sensitive. The most important movements in respect to playing the piano are crossovers, which you tuck your thumb under other fingers to continue a line. This is entirely untrained by computer keyboards. Piano music generally requires you to use your hands for independent means. The issue is that not typing does not train the ability to read two hands at the same time. It trains the ability to read one and split it amongst your hands accordingly. And this is very true, I think, because you're typing one letter at a time. For example, in the piano, you're playing multiple notes at the same time, as with typing, you are just typing one key at the time, if that helps to break it down. And building off the last point, for beginners, the biggest issue is reading musical notation, which obviously is completely untrained. So I would definitely agree with this. I think that the crossovers here in this comment is that even though it was asked from a touch typist, I think lots of stuff can travel over. I think the biggest thing is that lots of he's explaining how the piano is much more difficult than, for example, typing, like touch sensitive, moving your hands over. I think this translates to that if you play the piano, you're gonna be able to have an easier time learning how to type. Okay, because like looking at this, I don't think that there's much of a crossover from being a fast typist to being a good pianist, though I think that there's a crossover from being a good pianist, because I think it's harder, he's explaining here, to being a good typist. Now, I did find an article relating to the effects of music on typing, and essentially there's a ton of stuff referenced in here. Most of it is not really useful to typists, but I think that the best thing that we can get away from this article is that Music condition cannot be accommodated, meaning statements such as low volume music with vocals improves performance when typing would be premature, as only the direct comparison to without vocals music where the experiment was seen. Where the improvement was seen, okay, and that's talking a bit more about this. So what we can take away from this is that they think that listening to low volume music with vocals improves performance, but they are not sure, and they also are telling you here that listening to low volume music without vocals could also improve your typing. So listening to loud music is not really going to help your typing speed, whereas listening to quieter, more calming music is going to help calm you down. I think that, the summary from here is that it's going to help increase your accuracy and increase your focus while you're typing, as opposed to taking your focus away from typing. Now, believe it or not, but I found an article on yours truly, typing.com, titled Techniques of Professional Pianists That Will Help You Type Faster. And basically, they talk about master pianists don't need to look at the keys to know where a B flat is. Through practice, they have built up muscle memory to know where the keys are by touch and sound. When practicing isolated keys or full sentences, challenge yourself to keep your eyes on the screen to help your fingers learn the keyboard. Practice slowly. It says here, just when musicians are initially learning a new song, when you are first learning new letters or sequences, the accuracy is more important than speed. You want to train your hands to accurately find the right letter. At first, it takes time, so slow down. Once you've gotten the hang of it, gradually pick up the pace until your confidence and accuracy are solid. Minimize changes of hand position. Expert pianists know that keeping hands and arms as still as possible will allow them to play at the highest speed. As with piano, in typing, you want your fingers to be doing most of the work. Try to keep the heels of your hands entirely stationary as you type, moving only the fingers to reach the keys. Cut your nails. This is a big one, okay? I, for some reason, have been telling people that, I don't know, but my nails, how long they are affects how fast I type, and I am not wrong. It might sound silly, but imagine trying to play the piano with inch-long nails. Sounds tricky, huh? The same goes for typing. Keeping nails short will make it easier for you to be quick and precise with your keystrokes, avoiding careless errors. I would totally agree here. Practice awkward letter combinations. When learning a new piece of music, pianists will need to repeat challenging strings of notes over and over again. Again, something I can echo when you have a hard part of the piano song. It takes you so long to get over that certain section. The same goes for typing. There are plenty of letter sequences that don't come naturally at first, and there are ones you should force yourself to practice more. I definitely agree with this. Think about touching the keys instead of pushing down on them. When concert pianists are playing quickly, they know that they only need to hit a key hard enough for it to produce sound. Likewise, you're typing, you only need to strike a key hard enough for the letter to register on the screen. I would agree and disagree with this. I think this is definitely true if you're trying to optimize your typing for the fastest possible, but I also think that typing loud is another tip that I forget who said it, but another fast typist referenced that typing loud can help you also build your confidence around the keyboard. So it's either way on this one. You also need to relax. If your hands are stiff or strained, also cold, you're more likely to make mistakes while typing that will slow you down. Before you begin, stretch your fingers, shake out your hands, warm them up. Make sure your fingers are comfortably situated on the home row and that your hands are in the proper position. Get into the habit of going through this routine every time you sit and practice. Practice, 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 of course here. Actually play the piano. You would be surprised how much the skills you use while playing an instrument can transfer to typing from piano to guitar. This finger strength, coordination, and muscle memory while jamming it will also help you become a better typer. So yes, I know that this isn't a definitive video at all, but I think that what we can take away from this is that when you are playing the piano, you're going to have skills such as muscle memory, the ability to look at something on a paper, or for the example, a screen when you're typing, and you're going to be able to translate that to your hands. You're going to be able to build your finger dexterity. On piano it's called articulation. On typing, I guess you could call it accuracy or whatever. So I think that definitely playing piano at a higher level is going to really help your typing skills. But would I recommend, as a current typist, to go and start playing the piano to increase your typing speed? I don't think that I would recommend that. Though I do think that if you are a current pianist, you can rest assured knowing that your piano skills have also gone to help something else. And if you're someone who wants to learn piano, you also know that it'll probably help increase your typing speed, at the very least marginally, but I do think that it'll help overall. As for listening to music while you type, that we did get away from that study. There's other studies that I just didn't want to look through because of how complicated and I don't think very practical they were. I think that I went through like 3 conclusions on other articles, and basically was that listen to music that has a rhythm, like a consistent rhythm, whether that be lo-fi, which is kind of off, or like slower music, and you can also listen to music with vocals, but it can't be overpowering. You want to focus on the text, and if anything, if you are going to listen to music that's going to help you calm down and be more accurate as a typist. Thank you for watching this video. I put quite a bit of work into the research and videoing for this video, so if you want to help support the channel, make sure that you go and hit the subscribe button. Please go check out this Typing Tips playlist that is playing in the top right corner of the video. I am getting really close to being monetized as a channel. I just need more watch hours, so watching playlists would really be appreciated. Thank you for watching. This is Speed Typing. Type on and type faster.